let's get into the next little bit of the show before we get into the the movie review. And these two things are these two next or the movie review and what we're about to talk about next are kind of related. That is um, the the fall of the Roman Empire, but just but the things that led up to it more than anything.
Right. And this is the video we're talking about before the film is more of a kind of historical look to like what actually took place, because the movie is it has historical elements, and it's for the most part it's pretty accurate, but it takes liberty. It's a movie, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
what
Right, because they're trying to tell a
this
story and not necessarily, the unadulterated 100% truth of what happened, but a more streamlined, punched up version.
yeah. And the video, The Truth About the Fall of the Roman Empire by Stefan Molynuex, and we've referenced him on other episodes, and it just the guy, he's very coordinated, and he's got a lot of good. Yeah, this is one of the videos he put out there that really like, ooh, man, blew my mind, and it's weird because for whatever reason I had never put the dots together, and why you look to the fall of the Roman Empire and why it's important. It thinks, oh, it just happened a long time ago. Who cares? Like, but no, it could help us today if you were him.
Right, because kind of related, but I think it's kind of like one of those synchronicities. But Stefan Molynuex, like he does definitely do a detailed analysis and kind of breakdown of like the different periods of yep the Roman, I guess Roman civilization, I should say, because
Yeah,
the Romans, there's different epochs within the Roman civilization. And, it goes from republic to empire to you know just kind of shithole.
yeah,
Um, and so there's the bit of synchronicity I want to highlight is that something that Stefan Molyneux brings up in his video is kind of like something that happens in kind of like late stage empire, like close to like shithole period, is that like a lot of sexual deviancy is accepted. Like kind of
yeah,
like homosexuality and like kind of depraved like sexual practices uh, uh, were tolerated or even celebrated in Roman culture. And interestingly enough, the feminist scholar Camille Paglia, she also did a study of Rome as well. She said that they too had a stage where they were accepting everything, homosexuality, bestiality, transgenderism, and that that was kind of the 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 straw that broke the empire's back essentially.
yeah. There was that. There was the what was similar to like the United States, where the empire expanded. It was it went from like Europe, from essentially Scotland, uh, down to Egypt and northern uh, Sahara Desert, essentially entirety of Europe, going to Egypt too. It was it
Right. Yeah. The Roman Empire encompassed most of the known world, with Britain, British Isles to the very furthest north, and then to kind of like northern Africa region south, Spain to the west, and I think Armenia, as
Yeah,
far as far east as Armenia. Uh,
and you
so
have
that
like
is
all
that encompasses at the very least two continents. That's how big. I
oh
mean, I'm not talking about like the entire continents, but the empire stretched over two continents, over into two continents, and maybe even a third. Kind of getting close to like that kind of Eurasian side. Not quite Asia, but kind of on the doorstep.
and
So
the what
this is
was
a not it's a not insignificant landmass. Is what we're trying to get at.
well, and what was crazy is because you had all these different people that had, and but yet had a common language. You had uh, there was a time when you could walk through um, from the empire to another. You were fine.
Right. Oh
You
yeah,
would
you
be
could. Yeah, you could walk from one end of the empire to the other on paved roads all the way through.
right, but there was a sense of, even like though it encapsulated all these different people, there was people that kind of bought in into the Roman way. But as time progressed, the you know, based off of like what you're saying, the, the Roman, they were having six children, each, and once you start getting sexual deviancy, that goes away, and you all of a sudden start to have a foreign population of people conquering to place the Roman population, taxation, all this other stuff. It just it
Right.
really
They were
degraded.
constantly bringing in all these people into the empire without enough time for assimilation. So
Right.
kind of similarly, what the United States is dealing with is we're having this kind of deluge of immigration, whether legal or illegal. Um, but but there's not enough time for people to become assimilated into the culture. So that's why you have these cultural enclaves within America. And I mean, I'll be the first. I'm not gonna pretend like this is only like a brown people thing. But I mean, I understand because there's a huge Koreatown in Los Angeles. And it's ethnic, and it's an ethnic enclave. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm
Well, the
not
crazy
and I'm
thing
so
is, like, you look you look at, like, Koreatown, right? I know there's people that are in Koreatown that, like, have they've actually, they're like, they grew up in Koreatown. They never learned English, and they don't leave Koreatown because they don't English.
right. You could
But
still
they're
live.
American.
Yeah, but right,
They were born in the United States. That's crazy.
right. Uh, yeah, and so what we're not trying to single out anybody. We're just saying that this the stuff that we're I don't want to say we, but what the United States is going through right now is not new. It's the story of empire. It's the story of civilization. If you don't have mostly tight knit people's group, then it's bound to collapse on itself because there is no social cohesion. There's no more shared There's no more shared culture. There's no more shared traditions. There's not even a shared language anymore. It's just all these like disparate ethnic groups living within the confines of a nation, but not actually being one.
Yeah, that's the thing. That can't,
What was
like,
that last bit?
no things like that can't. Uh,
Oh, you're cutting in and out there a little bit. Could you sorry to could you repeat that one more time?
so what I'm saying is like, but that cannot last forever. Eventually, it's all fractured, and it's gonna collapse itself. It's gonna collapse in, inside out.
Exactly. Robert, did I lose you? Oh god, it's one of those. Sorry, folks. It's just one of those. It's just one of those streams. I think it's still here, Robert. And the OBS is now disconnected. Great. Okay, I got you back. And the
All right.
OBS is reconnected.
Okay.
I don't think we lost. And the stream should be starting up again. And we're back up. Okay.
Uh,
All right, Robert. Once more with feeling.
so frustrating.
I know. God, I gotta talk to my cable provider.
Um. Um. No, it's not your. It's someone
I
else.
mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm doing anything wrong. Just like, yeah. It's just.
Yeah.
But my
No.
internet connection is shit though, because I recently tested it again, and it's like only at like 30 megabits. Crazy
Oh
because
Lord.
my friend said we have the same provider, but he says that he gets 200 megabits.
Wow.
Yeah, so I gotta call him up and like, hey, what the? It's
Yeah.
not like there. It's not like there's really much choice. It's like Spectrum and AT&T.
Yeah. That that's a whole that's a whole another gripe I have that.
Yeah, it's
But
a
we're
whole nother
continuing.
gripe that I won't get into. But let's just keep on with the conversation.
But anyways, what I was saying is that the idea of allowing people to come into a nation, uh, not having them, obviously ours is very unique. Um, you bloodline, I mean that uh, very similar to the Roman Empire because it was created out of all different people groups coming together, and obviously the Romans took over everything, but uh, ours was we had uh, free uh, you know set of ideals, and when people don't buy into those ideals, we now have a is fractured. Have people who essentially they're fleeing one country to come here, but like the ideals of their own country, and then you have people that live next door who are American, have American ideals, and then the other person has coming from another country with their ideals, coming in, it becomes too, and you can't country cannot function that way for long because when things are financially well, when your people are getting fed, everything's good, everything's fine. But when things start breaking down, we just kind of fracture into private warfare. I think even like Owen Benjamin kind of talked about this too. It's like um, he was like, "Oh, he's so racist." It's like what we were saying is like, if something goes down, if like there's some sort of you know end time type of event, people are gonna going towards their own tribe, and if you don't look like the person next, it might, it, could be a disaster. It's like you gotta. It's he was kind of talking about this similar idea because essentially we're in tribal. Yeah,
Right, and it's not, and we're not saying that that people are going to start lining up on ethnic lines, but obvious, take us for example, me and Robert, we don't look alike at all. We're two people
right,
from different people's groups, yet we share the same values. So when shit goes down, I can trust Robert to have my back, and he can trust that I'll have his back. That's
exactly,
all that we're saying. It's just like, it's not like, yeah, so we're not saying that there's you have to line up with your people. It's just like your people are the people that you share things with, like heritage, language, cult, or not heritage, but sorry, that goes, but
yeah, yeah,
culture, values, traditions, language. Those are the things that make up a people. But if you share those, then you can be a people, and you could look different from each other.
exactly, yeah, yeah. That's, but I don't want to give too much away because I want to watch this video because it's really yeah, and yeah, just kind of stuff. A little bit scary,
Right.
but a little very
Yeah, I'll link both the Stefan Molynuex video. It's really long, but I would beg people
worth it.
to.
Totally.
It's important. Stick it out. Watch the whole thing, because if you are anything like me, you'll see the progression. You'll see the timeline of events for the Roman Empire, and then you'll see them in American history. But you'll be freaked the fuck out, because because what happened to the Romans over literally 1,000 years happened to America within 200 years.
Yeah,
And yeah,
scary stuff.
it'll freak you the fuck out. So yeah, I'll in the description of the video, I will link both the Stefan Molynuex video, and also the lecture by Camille Pagillia, because I think it's important, because like here's a woman who came up, like who's definitely kind of in the same vein as like Christina Hoff Sommers, like the kind of like the second wavers,
Yeah,
which because like even like she's a lesbian feminist scholar, but I know it's hilarious that I'm like promoting this woman, but again, she's of the ilk of Christina Hoff Sommers, based kind of second wavers, not like these third or fourth wave feminists, where it's like if you have a penis, that you have a penis, then you're evil.
yeah,
But the kind of like to mental jujitsu them, is all you have to say is, well, I have a female vagina, or I have a male vagina. How dare you assume how dare you assume my gender? you know?